Good morning, guys. Being low on money isn't good, right? When you're on your own, it's okay. You're not relying on anyone, so you don't need a lot of money. But let's say there's other people relying on you, your family that needs money, and you have to somehow find a budget that can get them the money. And on a much larger scale, this is kind of what's happening with school budgets and them trying to distribute the money to all their classes that make up the school. So the government every year has been telling schools to cut their costs more and more. So this kind of trickles down into the art programs of the schools. They're pretty much cutting almost in half or just removing all the art program from the school. And the arts programs are continuously getting trimmed down more and more each year. Not only did I research the topic extensively, but I was a senior last year in high school, and I actually saw the effects of the budget's getting trimmed down, and teachers getting cut and all of that. I was able to see it. And it frustrates me to see this because the benefits I received from getting education in like arts and having the classes was really beneficial to me. So today I would like to discuss the recent large budget cuts on the arts programs, how art teaches many lessons, and how art has impacted important figures in our history. So what's different about this year's argument about the budget cuts compared to last year's argument about the budget cuts? Pretty simple, it's worse than last year. According to the Georgia's Budget Primer Report of 2012, which is basically just how Georgia is going to separate all the money up, it shows that this year's funding has been dropped $403 million compared to last year. And because the budget for the education has dropped, it has greatly affected the arts. According to Gainesville Times, over the last 4 years, the Georgia Council of Arts has been cut by 86%, which is huge. And just this year, it's going to get dropped by 30%. These reductions can cause students to miss lessons from art that can be learned, that can't be learned like anywhere else. So growing up, you probably took an art class or maybe a theater class, and you learned how to shade a sphere or how to memorize a bunch of lines, but you were also learning a lot of lessons that you might not have consciously known. Like, let's say in math, you learn 2 + 2 is 4, there's one answer. In history, there's only one date or one fact. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that it causes you to get a train of thought that there's only one possibility or one thing. And in art classes, students are taught to explore a lot of answers and to interpret things in a lot of ways. They're taught to be innovative. If you make a brush stroke that and it's not right, you need to change it and find how to help it and shape it. So, and according to Greater Good magazine, students learn how to find other options to problems, and it helps them prepare any obstacles that might come in their way. It gives them like more confidence in all the school aspects. Not only does it help students, but it has helped important figures in our history. Like, the government always says that we need to put an emphasis on math and science, so we have tomorrow's Albert Einsteins. But what they don't tell you is that how the arts has actually affected people like Albert Einstein. In Bridging Art and Science Through the Ages, the article states that Albert Einstein once said, "If I wasn't a physicist, I would have become a musician." Music is how Einstein would think and imagine things, and that's how he would when his mind would trail off, he'd think in music. And he believed that imagination was so much more important than knowledge. Knowledge was limited, but imagination had endless possibilities. And Einstein found music that helped him discover different possibilities that led into his research and his work too. So at this point, arts programs are in dire need of help. The numbers do not lie. Our school budgets are getting smaller, which is causing the arts to fade away slowly. Children are coming up in the school system that need to learn priceless lessons in the arts that cannot be learned anywhere else. Great figures of the past, which we look to as great mathematicians and physicists, would not be as great if they hadn't been influenced by the arts. It's really hard to tell if it'll get better. It depends on if the economy will help pump the money back into the system. But one day it will get better, and it'll be good to know that the children and teenagers of the future will be able to reap the benefits of having the arts in their education.